health. Here we go. So it says, Plush Care analyzed 500 mental health TikToks, and here's what they found. 83.7% of mental health advice was misleading. 9% of people giving mental health advice were actually relevant to give qualification.
I would totally agree with that.
So it's like, it's trendy. It's buzzwords. It's like,
yeah,
mental health is a conversation right now that we're talking about. So let me jump into or pivot into mental health to kind of gravitate and pull my audience in. But it's like, I'm giving y'all mediocre advice. There's some things that you should leave to the professionals.
Right. Oh,
there's
most
some
definitely.
things that you can go and learn all types of stuff. You can learn about mental health all day, but it's like you're a therapist.
Most definitely.
So you know the tricks of the trade. You know about CBT. You know about behavioral health and diagnosis and all that stuff in the DSM-5 and making sure that people are actually diagnosed correctly.
Right. And also sometimes when we try to help, we're hurting because we don't know what's triggering. So if it's so funny, and this is what I feel like the tables have turned. Remember, I was on your podcast, right? Yeah. And I was talking about mental health influencers versus mental health experts and professionals. And you were sitting there like, and now I'm seeing a different kind of energy because now you've been able to see exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the biggest thing to take away, guys, if you're not clinically trained, you could be damaging more than hurting. Like, self-care, go drink some water, go work out, go journal. Sometimes people need more than that when they're struggling, right? So what does a person do if they're passionate about mental health? They want to share it with the world. I don't want them to shrink and not share it all. So where's that boundary line so they're not projecting and promoting in a way that they really shouldn't be, but they can still support and advocate? Yeah,
I would say start with advocating.
Okay.
2, I would say sign up for a course. There's plenty of mental health courses out there that you can take from therapists, that you can take from, doctors who have actually created courses on who just want to get a certificate in trauma, who want to get a certificate in CBT, who want to get a certificate in just whatever expertise that they want to be knowledgeable of. Just get the information.
Yeah.
Don't just be going off your life experience because your life experience sometimes can lead you wrong.
Most definitely.
And secondly, go see a therapist. Like, talk to your therapist about the things that you want to express and ensure that hey, can we see each other for like 30 minutes, talk about my stuff? Maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, can we talk about, hey, I've been doing this stuff on TikTok, I'm doing this stuff on Instagram, and I want to share this message because I've been going through my own healing journey. And then that's where you can go, okay, cool, people, they come more relatable to you. And then within the relation is like, okay, you're still spitting off good information, but also let people know that this is not to substitute for therapy.
Need a disclaimer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. I think people just spitting stuff out there and not giving the disclaimer like, this does not substitute for therapy at all.
I love that. So tell us, where are you in life and business? It's a loaded question, right?
Very.
You're like, the fuck? So let me drill down and ask that again.
Okay.
So when it comes to life and business, because I know you've kind of pivoted and kind of shedded off some things and emerged with some things, what does that look like for you and why?
So recently I was working as a podcast producer and a project manager for somebody here, a local influencer.
Yeah.
And I had to make the toughest decision of my life, which was leaving that influencer and to go actually do my own thing.
Yep.
And I got the opportunity because my name was put in rooms that I didn't know was there. And I got a phone call about it. And I was like, I got to take it.
Yeah.
So I've been praying for, I've been studying for, I've been working for, and this is in alignment with what God has called me to do with my life. So I had to sit down with myself to make sure this is what I wanted to do. I had to sit down with that individual to have that tough conversation because I worked with them for over 5 years.
Most definitely.
And it's like, when you work with somebody that long, they're like family to you. And it's like, you got to leave them, leave the whole area. It was a tough because I had to leave like what people would say, this is a dope opportunity.
Yeah.
To become and get immersed in what I wanted to do. So now I'm a therapist and a paraprofessional. We're helping individuals like kids, men, families go through some of the situations that I've gone through similarly, and then also get through some situations that I've never been through.
I love it. And honestly, guys, I think sometimes we could be comfortable in a nest to where our wings will get clipped because we've been sitting in that nest and we are not flying. And so I heard you say leave, but I feel like relocate. And like it's just a reframe of it because at the end of the day, kids grow up, they've learned what they learned, they've embraced themselves, and now they go and relocate to a different area. Like my 20-year-old is relocating. It hurts. I want to make sure she's safe. But sometimes if we enable, nobody grows.
True.
Right?
True.
And one thing that I believe in, if you stay too long, it's damaging to all parties because the zest, the motivation, the energy, the synergy diminishes. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a win-win for everyone.
For sure.
When I call it change resiliency. I don't even know if that's a thing. I made it up.
It is now.
Bingo. Change is hard.
Very.
New school, new makeup, new producer, new videographer, new editor. Oh my God, is it going to be the same? Did I waste my money? All of this overthinking, overanalyzing, and pessimistic thinking comes. But let me ask you this. What came out of that relocation?
So the crazy thing is, like, when I stepped into this relocation, doors...
That's what I'm talking about, family. He learned real quick.
When I stepped into the relocation, doors just started opening up within the contract that I have and my business as well. Yeah. I have individuals that I work through with my contract at this local agency. Mm-hmm. And then I have my own agency where people just been like, yo, like, I want to work with you. Yep. I haven't done much marketing for who I am, what I do. Mm-hmm. I may have put like maybe 1 or 2 flyers out there. That's it. But based upon the work I've been producing on social media, based upon what people know about me, my calendar has been getting booked up.
He ain't even got to market, family. So what does that tell you?
That tells me that I made the right decision. That, you know, when you step, like you said, everything that you just said was confirming to what I needed to do. Mm-hmm. It was like no longer sitting in the shadows, in the background, you know, just kind of playing the number 2 role. It's not for me to step up and be the number 1 role in what God has called me to do.
Yeah, for sure. And I also think that because I'm not going to say niche down, but you went deep in what you're doing,